Okay, so anyways, what we have here is a question about the unit circle, and it says for a point on the unit circle, if theta lies in quadrant 4, what would be the value of cosine of theta? So what they're saying is our reference triangle would live here in quadrant 4. So we would have a triangle, oops. I have my tablet turned sideways, so when I try to draw an angle, it went parallel to the thing. So this is our perfectly drawn right triangle where theta is here, okay? And that's our right triangle. So what we got to remember is that our x value is positive in the fourth quadrant, but our y value is negative. So let's unpack that real quick. What is the y value? What is the x value? Well, the x value on this is the adjacent, right? So this is the adjacent side of the triangle. Now, the y value, so x is like the measurement from the origin over, and then y is the vertical. So x is the horizontal from here to here, and the y is from here to here. So the y is technically the opposite. And then the hypotenuse is always positive. All right, so let's write that down too. The hypotenuse always positive. Okay, so what is cosine? Well, remember that cosine, if we think of SOHCAHTOA, cosine of theta is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Well, then that means that my cosine of theta has to be the adjacent, which is positive, over the hypotenuse, which is positive. So it's the one with the positive value. Well, this is negative, so that won't work. This is negative, so that won't work. So it's a toss-up between A and D. So then the next question is, which one is a valid right triangle? Well, the square root up here, this could imply a lot of things, but 41 is a prime number. The square root, this is not a real triangle, okay? Because if this was the adjacent over the hypotenuse, the square root of, well, I mean, it could be this, but like, I think it's D, and here's why I think it's D. If I draw my triangle out like this, okay, that means that the adjacent is 3. So this is 3. And then my hypotenuse is 5. And this is a very famous triangle, 3, 4, 5. Now, how do I know that that works? Because if I use the Pythagorean theorem, 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. Well, what is that? 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, and 5 squared is 25. And that's true. So D is the correct answer. Now, if I were to try to do the same thing for A, it won't work out nicely. And that's it.